Questions for John?
John, first, congratulations on a courageous effort. Can you talk about just the conditions are going to have gas that you seem to be?
Yeah, they were brutal again. I think we started the match out. The first hour it was the hottest. So that took a lot out of both of us. I don't think I've ever played in conditions as hot and humid and rough like this. I mean, I feel like I practiced and stuff like this. Never played matches, right in the heat of it like that. It's tough.
You had a week-long schedule of matches during the day while he was going, later. Did you think that took a toll?
It's hard to say. I mean, you can make a case that it took a toll on me, but then you can make a case that it was a disadvantage for him because he wasn't as used to it as me. So, I don't know. I think it goes both ways a little bit.
Earlier in the week, you said you wanted to start off your return points at worst neutral. By the time the third set tiebreaker came around, there was a couple second serves he hit that you just didn't get a lot of juice back on. Was that fatigue, or was there a change in plan at that point? What was going on there?
I was missing.
It seemed like you were fairly toward the third set. It seemed like you missed one of the changeovers. You even sit down, I guess, because you're afraid of cramping, or can you talk about?
I feel like I sat down every changeover.
How can you talk about what your legs were like and how?
Yeah, they were heavy. I mean, for both of us. When you look at our first serve percentage, I don't know what mine was, but it wasn't. I normally serve more first serves than that. Second serve didn't have much on it either. I mean, same goes for Mardy. We were just both just scrapping it out of it.
You've been winning, these marathon third set tiebreaker, fifth set matches all year long, and I guess you finally lost one in a match that could have gone either way. How are you going to bounce back from this? What's going through your mind, and how are you going to move on?
This is the third final this year that arguably I probably could have won. I lost two finals earlier this year when I was up, up in both of them. One of them I was serving on match point. This one obviously could have gone either way. It's disappointing. I've made 4 finals this year, and I've lost my last 3 all in 3 sets. So that's hard to swallow, but it hasn't stopped me from progressing. I know if I just keep putting myself in this position, it's gonna happen, and I know that I will keep putting myself in this position.
Speaking of progressing, how did this week, from the start to finish, it seemed like your ground strokes got much better, and how do you feel today versus the Monday?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing to lose, but if I look back on it, I probably should have lost my first match. I could be home right now, sitting on the couch. But I'm here. I lost in the finals. That stinks, but yeah, it was great practice. You want to win this tournament, but it was really pivotal that I was able to get 4 matches under my belt, and and play pretty well. Because prior to this tournament, I didn't practice as much as I would have liked, because I had other commitments doing because of that stupid Wimbledon match I played. So I just had a lot of stuff that I normally wouldn't be doing leading up prior to the summer hardcourt season. But yeah, no, I can build on this tournament for sure.
So what's the next for you, John?
I'm not playing LA. DC's my next tournament.
In your 4 finals, you lost to 3 Americans and you beat the one foreigner that you played. Would you prefer, a match, a title match against someone who's not a friend?
Yeah, I know. I haven't really thought about it that way, but it's tough playing friends. I think even every single one of those finals, and I played against Sam twice this year, and I don't think we both didn't play that well. same for today. It's very, it's very rare that you play good friends that you both come out and bring your A game. It's just, I don't know, it's just a different matchup. Yeah, I guess I hope to play a foreigner next final for sure.
John, as you noted, there really wasn't a whole lot of difference between you and Mardy today, but what ultimately tipped it?
He got up on me early in that tie break. I felt like I grabbed the momentum back when I broke him, and I had a chance. I think I had a break point at 4-all, which is essentially almost like a match point. You got to think I could serve it out if I win that point. It didn't happen. That 4-all game was huge, and he took control early. I like his position serving first in the tiebreaker might have been a little bit of an advantage too, but I don't know. I just fell behind too big of a hole in that last tiebreaker.
Just before when you broke Mardy, it seemed like a lot of people were cheering when the Georgia Bulldogs stuff was going around. Did that give you some juice at all, or was it?
Yeah, no. I I guess just breaking back in general gave me some juice. I feel like I started serving better after that 3-1 game. Because I held all the way through. Whereas early in the late in the second and early in the third, didn't have much on my serve at all. Yeah, I think breaking and the crowd was for the most part probably on my side too. So that's kind of helped spur me on.
John, you played a lot of tennis this year.
Yeah.
And beginning of the third set tie break, you opened up the racket face, missed a slice in the net. Shots like that where you have to really make it perfect. When you're tired, are those the shots that go first, or what does it feel like?
Yeah, just technique-wise on that one, it wasn't great because I was retired. My legs they were hurting, and lungs too. You run side to side. That first point I remember was kind of a pretty long rally, and I dumped out one in the net, and I needed like 2 minutes after that point. I only had 20 seconds or whatever it is. So, yeah, I was fatigued.
There weren't many light moments during the match. There was one, though, after a magnificent return of serve, I think I remember. Did that do anything to help your situation in?
Who hit it? I don't understand.
I think you hit it on one of his serves, but it was so hot that you might have hit it on one of your serves. But both of you smiled afterwards.
Oh yeah, that was. It was a clean match. So there's obviously no bad blood out there. We were actually talking a little bit on the changeover, trying to keep it light because it was just brutal out there.
Can you kind of try to describe what your leg? I mean, you said your legs felt heavy. Can you kind of describe what your legs were feeling like and how hard it was for you to?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's quad, they're just like burning, so you can't really rear back and kind of go for your shots. Serve wasn't really going. I wasn't making a lot of first serves. Same with me and Mardy. So it's just. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to.
That's actually perfect.
Do you feel like it was so hot that players, might be reluctant to come back? And what do you think about your points next year?
Oh, I'll be back here. Barring injury, I'm going to be playing this tournament for a long time. Yeah, even the heat here is, even though it is Atlanta in the summer, I think it's still abnormally hot. It can't get much hotter than this. So I think that's what you can tell the players that thinking about coming back next year. But it was rough.
Any more questions?
brag about your fantasy baseball team?
Hmm?
Want to brag about your fantasy baseball team?
And I got him good enough.
Thanks, Sean.
Yes.